Hey guys, Matt, IronTrap Garage, and today we're going to do kind of a little wrap up on the 32 Roadster. We had to do a bunch of little fiddly work in the past week or so, getting all the nuts and bolts checked, and a couple things we went over that we're going to show you here in a minute. And we wanted to show in this video the 2-speed rear stuff. We had a lot of requests from people that were asking about how does that linkage I made work, how does the 2-speed shift, what does it do, blah, blah, blah. So we're going to run in the 2-speed rear. We wanted to do it in the other video, and we ended up just to finish that video, ran out of time, so we just drove it in low gear around the block, and honestly we didn't get it go fast enough to get on the highway to put it in high. Just lugging it around town, putting it in high wasn't really going to do anything. So we're going to put on jack stands, run the engine, and actually shift it in and out of gears to get lubrication through all the Columbia parts even better, and just check my linkage, of course, and make sure everything works. If it doesn't work, then we're in trouble. But what we've been working on, Steve's pretty much the past week been just buttoning up a lot of stuff here, and we didn't have the cowl feet and everything all bolted down or shimmed, so we worked on all that. The door over there, I don't know if you want to show that one, Steve. That door was a little too high and it was catching. We always had to push down. So now Steve, with everything, everything latches really nice now. This door was fitting very well, and after the whole time this door's fit, even from pulling it out of the garage, it's fit really nice. Then we went and tightened everything down, got everything sitting right, and this door no longer fit. It didn't fit right. What had happened is there was a piece I had added in the B-pillar down there, and it was hitting, and I had to actually grind it away. So I actually have to do a little careful TIG welding in there to box that back in. I had to clearance it because it was hitting the door, and I guess before everything was really cranked down, it wasn't a problem. But door closes really nice now. In fact, I don't even think this is one you can just close like that. So doors are all doing good. Car's still staying shiny with that sealer I put on, which I'm happy about. It's been about, I don't know, what, a week now? Yeah. It's been about a week sitting around the shop, and the dust and everything getting on the car, I think it's as good as it's going to get. It's not a perfect match of the panels, but it looks pretty good. Steve worked on the trunk seal here, which we got, that you guys heard in the drive that the trunk was bouncing around. So he put a trunk seal in here, brand new one, and I put a latch up in here. We think that this car never had a trunk latch on it. We think they were just driving around and the weight of the trunk was fine, because we see no remnants of a cable mount or anything in the trunk lid. So we're going to work on that another day. For now, we're just trying to get this car so we can take it around the block and start working in some stuff. But yeah, that's all working really good. I'm trying to think what else we did. Yeah, we just rebled the brakes again, and we had to make these little covers. One upgrade we did is the original brake setup that they had. They did not have, Steve drilled with a hole saw through the floorboard here so you can get right down to the cap. They did not have that before, I don't think. And he notched out, when he did that, just the edge of the K-member, and they did not have that before, so it was really a pain to get your hand in there and service the car. So I think you got those 2 plates there we made. Yep. So we made 2 little just tin covers that Steve has here he's about to put on now. That just will cover those holes. The other hole here, for anyone that's not familiar, that's where the original battery used to sit. So that was the access for the battery. We have the battery in a different location. So I made a little tin cover for that as well that Steve's gonna mount. So I'm gonna get that stuff put on, fire up. We're gonna put it near the garage door and run probably the tailpipes out the garage door, and we'll put on jack stands and start running the 2-speed rear, and we'll show you guys how it works. Fingers crossed that everything works as it should. So it's like from here to here.
Yeah.
Closing that up a little.
Not really. not yet. Still got that huge bolt right here, yeah.
I think the hinges are.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy how much damage this thing is going.
Yep. Ooh, that's looking good.
So it's touching there. Probably a lot of them need some help. But
Right.
that's a lot better there.
Maybe even between the hinges. I mean, it's like
Yeah, I got it
bowed in a little bit there, yeah.
Okay. So where do we want to go?
There you go. It's getting better.
So one of the problems we're having with this hood is when we had it on the car, it was coming out of the front loop for like the piano hinge setup. And what I think happened is somebody took this hood apart at some point in its life, and they had this rod all the way out, and then they probably knocked it back in, and they didn't knock it all the way back in. So the front of the hood on both sides, the loop was not seated, and it was just flopping around, and that also helped with things getting bent and out of shape. So it's hard to see, but there's probably an inch here of rod that's sticking above that needs to be down there. So we've been lubing it and tapping on it, and we finally got it to start moving. Ooh. It's slowly sliding. I probably need a better. Ready?
Yep.
Just watch down there.
I think it's hitting the. I think the rod is hitting the back side of that hinge, maybe.
Maybe we gotta flatten that out a little bit. It's going through.
It is going through.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's probably, but it is probably fighting it.
Yeah.
Because there's that little.
Yeah, it was bent up so bad.
Yeah. Let me get the hammer. It may not be 70 years of not moving, but it's been 60 probably.
Yeah, right.
Or something. It's been a long time.
Yeah, I sprayed some more in there.
It's moving.
Yep, I can see it now. I can see it coming through.
Got the right chisel now, or punch.
Yep.
There we go.
Definitely. Yep.
I got about a quarter inch. I'm getting close to the end. Halfway. Is that about what the other one was? It was like halfway through or so?
I think the other one was most of the way through, but this one apparently isn't going to go. It's almost ready. It's almost to the end there.
That's all I got.
Yep.
Well, at least we got it to move.
Yep.
Now, try and get like back in there.
Oh.
We just moved the rust around is all we did. Now we gotta carefully machine it off with.
Yep.
Oh baby!
Oh man, that was all the way. There you go.
All right, give her another spray. Try doing in here too, at the top there.
Rusty goo coming out of the bottom.
Go ahead and give it another shot.
Yep.
Go on this side, because that's where it's open on the hinges. That might be a next week project. Ask Mike to handle that.
Yeah.
Smoke ourselves out of here today.
Yeah, don't need that today. We got lots of meetings.
Speaking of business. You want me to come back some more?
It's up to you.
Nah, I guess. Where do you want to go? Just under the rear with these?
Yeah.
Probably about right.
Yeah, it looks about even there.
Plenty off the ground, so
Yep.
yeah, it should be good.
All
The
right.
jack stand look steady. Yeah, you might want
Yeah, I'm gonna take a little more weight off the jack.
to off.
Okay. Yep, there we go.
Now we put our custom tailpipes.
OSHA approved.
Look at that, man.
That's a hot rod. That's a hot rod exhaust there. Trim to length kit. Living dangerously there, man.
Right.
something you can pull it right out if you have to. You don't want to be trying to unratchet something. Maybe.
Not ratchet, but like an e-brake handle thing.
Oh, right, yeah. Just like, yep.
Still spinning by though.
Oh, yeah. That's nice. That's going out too. Yep.
Maybe it was also their will.
Yep. Yep. Okay. Yep. There we go. One ring. Yep. Low ring. Yep. High ring. Yep. Back to low.
Just be a little easier. Alright, so we're gonna put the back in there. Good side sit down.
Yep.
Pretty good tug. Set it down. Actually, where it's supposed to be. How level am I?
That's real close right
Okay,
there.
alright, drop it down and alright, put that one, no, that one. And then we got to move it over the cowl.
It's not over the cowl anymore.
Okay,
It's up against it, but it's not over.
that's fine. That needs a little more shape. That's a little better now.
Mm-hmm.
Probably needs right in here just a little more. So
Yeah.
up there and there it's down, and then it's off here, it's pulling it.
Yeah.
So if I can get some more shape right in here,
Yep.
it probably was something heavy was sitting on it on this one and it
Mhm.
flattened it out. It's
It is pulled down nice.
it's way better. I mean,
Yeah.
compared to what it was, it's pretty
Yeah.
good. All right, after a little bit of fiddling around with the hood, we got it fitting a lot better. In, I don't know, 2 or 3 videos ago, we showed us putting the hood on and we got it mounted, but honestly, that's why we didn't have it on in the video we drove it around, because it fit like crap. The hinges were still super tight, and we realized that those pins weren't seated all the way, and we had to take it off. So we spent the time today, got it fitting a lot better. There's still a little bit of issues with the shape in the corners that it doesn't fit 100%, but it is a million times better than it was when we got the hood, got the car, everything. So we're trying to get to the point where we're not nitpicking too much, and we're just going to get the car together, and we could fix some of those things as it gets closer to spring, where we have some free time. The rear does, and you probably saw in the video, we had a little bit of problem where the rear, when putting it in high gear or overdrive, it would pop out if I wasn't keeping a little bit of pressure on it. And I'm kind of eating my words, because in the comments we had a handful of viewers that did mention, hey, do you need some kind of positive lockout when you put it in overdrive. And I said, nah, it feels fine when we're clicking it into overdrive from underneath the car. I was wrong. And I don't have too much of an ego, a little bit of an ego, but not enough to say that, to not say that I was wrong. So I was incorrect in that. And really what it was is, Steve and I were talking about kind of like, even if it did kind of stay in gear, when you let off of the gas, it was probably going to want to pop out, and it's going to be a problem. As we ran the rear end, I think after we got a few shots, we ran it another time after the gear lube had gotten into the Columbia and everything. It was shifting a little easier, and everything kind of seemed to work better. It wasn't as bad where I had to like really hold it into overdrive, but you still had to keep just a tiny bit of pressure on it. So I need to figure out something to put within the slot where the lever slides, some sort of detent or something that will just keep it so that it doesn't pop out. I don't want something that's too difficult to use, because if I need to take it out of overdrive, I don't want to have to get my other hand down there or fiddle with it. So I'm going to start looking around at McMaster-Carr and some different sites like that to sell industrial type stuff for all sort of things, and I'm sure I could find something that will be perfect for it. I just need to sit down and spend the time to do it. But for now, the car drives around, as you guys saw, fine in low gear, so we can just drive it around like normal if we want to start test driving the car, if weather allows, of course, and we will deal with that as I find the part, and hopefully it's something that's just a quick little job we can do. But this thing is basically at the point now where Steve went and did all of nut and bolt checks, we bled the brakes, did all that stuff. We polarized the generator because it wasn't charging, we realized throughout this video, because it was getting hard to start. And now we're just basically ready to send it off to the upholstery shop in the very end of the winter, very early spring. So if we get a couple warm days, I might take it around the neighborhood and just try and put a couple miles on it just to work out any little bugs we have. And then hopefully we'll get the interior done in like March, April. And then basically end of April or May, we can just start putting miles on it, start driving the car. And I think I mentioned before, and maybe mentioned in a live or something, we're hoping to take the car to the Relics Riot at the Gilmore Museum, which is in August. Steve and I went last year with the Schroll car with the 32.5 window. We had a fantastic time. It was a great show, killer vibe, really great guys putting the show on. And of course, we love the Gilmore Museum. So we're going to try and take this car out there and put together some of the previous owners and owners' families to see the car for the first time. I think it'll be a great spot because it'll be very close for them to drive, and also just kind of bringing them to see the car in Michigan, not very far from where we found it, will be super, super cool. So we'll probably be a little silent on this car for a little while. So thank you guys for following along. Appreciate it. Catch you later.